Guys, it's your girl hashtag perfectly imperfect with another video, and I am like so psyched about completing my first book for this year. It's crazy that we're in May and I only completed one book, but when I'm just like I'm getting that adrenaline rush to just like keep on reading. So the book I was trying to finish, and it took like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to complete one book. Like, it's crazy. But it is Last One to Die by Cynthia Murphy. And without like saying too much of this book, I'm just going to say it's a mystery horror where this girl is accepted to do a program in London, and people that look like her or have similar features start being attacked by this mystery person. But let me just say, I'm gonna give this one a 4-star because there was nothing wrong with the book, I should say. It was like in the beginning, like you were hooked in. It took me out of a real bad reading slump. So it's like a 4-star, but this I just had to like talk about this book for like a few minutes. By the title, you already know these are my May reading TBR. I'm introducing something new. This is going to be the TBR basket, and in here I thought like I should try to read at least 5 books this month. It's not too much of a big number for me to complete, so I'm just gonna like just show you like what's in the basket. So number 1 is The Naturals. I borrowed this book to someone and they actually really liked it, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy it also. This is more of like a fantasy. It has powers, I think, so I'm just gonna read the synopsis. 17-year-old Cassie Hobbs is a natural at reading people. Piecing together the tiniest details, she can tell you who you are and what you want, but it's not a skill that she's ever taken seriously. That is until the FBI comes knocking. They've begun a classified program that uses exceptional teenagers to crack infamous cold cases, and they need Cassie. What Cassie doesn't realize is that there's more at risk than a few unsolved homicides, especially when she's sent to live with a group of teens whose gifts are as unusual as her own. Soon it becomes clear that no one in the Naturals program is what they seem, and when a new killer strikes, danger looms close. Caught in a lethal game of cat and mouse with a killer, the Naturals are going to have to use all their gifts just to survive. Something I realized on, not related, but on my shelf, like on my bookshelf, I have like a lot of books that are basically a trilogy or a duology. So they have a series, except for like these here, they're not related to each other. I have this trilogy and I have this trilogy at the bottom. This is also part of a series. Haunted Adeline is part of a series. I have three different books that are parts of series or duology. The next book is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Now this is actually part of a duology, and I do have the a trilogy by the same author. I was recommended this book from a person that worked at Barnes and Nobles. This is also a fantasy, and the synopsis is: Victor and Ellie started out as college roommates, brilliant, arrogant, lonely boys who recognize the same sharpness and ambition in each other. In their senior year, a shared research interest in adrenaline, near-death experience, and seemingly supernatural events reveals an intriguing possibility that under the right conditions, someone could develop extraordinary abilities. But when their thesis moves from the academic to the experimental, things go terribly wrong. I feel like I am excited about reading this book. I also had this book on my shelf for the longest time. This is one of the books that I first bought when I was growing my book collection back in, I think, September, October. I also have a poetry book in my TBR. This book is called Pillow Thoughts by Courtney, and I am not much of poetry reader. I feel like this book is kind of to just take me away from like the realm of supernatural and mystery, because I am a very big mystery reader. I like mystery. I feel like mystery is just like a good way to like dive into a world and just be engulfed in it. I feel like a good mystery book like passes the time so quickly. So I'm taking a step back from like the mystery world, the supernatural world, the fantasy world, and going into poetry. So I'm not sure when I'm going to be reading this book, but I definitely want to knock this book out of the TBR list. Now, the fourth book on my list is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. And let me just tell you, I have read The Coworker by her, and I love her work. Also, although I have to say, I did read some of like the 1-star rating of the book, and a lot of people were saying that this was not like, The Coworker wasn't her best work. So I am excited to like read more of her work, and I did not realize that she had like all these different books. I wasn't much of like being into like one author kind of until like I read her work, and I'm like, I really love The Coworker. So I know this is like one of her most popular books, so I'm definitely going to enjoy it. I know I'm going to enjoy it. I have real high hopes for this book, and I'm probably definitely going to be doing a video about reading this book. But the synopsis says, every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house top to bottom. I pick up their daughter from school, and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in the tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and now her husband Andrew seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it's like, but she soon finds out. And by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. It just like, the synopsis just wants you to read the book. Like, it just wants you to know, what is she capable of? Why is she in the attic? What is wrong with this family? So it's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm a mystery girl. I'm a thriller girl. Like, you could tell by my bookshelf, like most of these, all of these are thrillers or mystery. The last book on my TBR list is King of Rap. So a fun fact is, I bought this book for two things: the cover, because it is very captivating, and two, I just wanted to be in the loop with the whole King of Rap series. I feel like it's a very popular series, and I just wanted to, as a Caribbean person would say, be in things. I didn't know anything about the book. I know nothing about the characters, the series, or anything until yesterday when I read the synopsis myself. But it is a enemies two lovers romance trope. And I am trying to get into other genres other than mystery and thriller, and I am slowly digressing. That's not the word. I'm slowly getting into romance. So the synopsis says, ruthless, meticulous, arrogant, billionaire CEO Dante Russo thrives on control both personally and professionally. He never planned to marry until the threat of blackmail forces him into an engagement with a woman he barely knows. Vivian Lowe, jewelry heiress and daughter of his newest enemy, the wife he never wanted, and the weakness he never saw coming. It doesn't matter how beautiful or charming she is, Dante will do everything in his power to destroy the blackmail and betrothal. There's only one problem. Now that he has her, he can't bring himself to let her go. Elegant, ambitious, well-mannered, Vivian Lowe is the perfect daughter and her family's ticket into the highest echelons of society. Marrying a blue-blooded Russo means opening doors that would otherwise remain closed to her new money parents. While the rude, elusive Dante isn't her idea of a dream partner, she agrees to their arranged marriage out of duty. Craving his touch was never part of the plan. Neither was the worst possible income, fallen in love with her future husband. Out of all of these books, I think I am going to be starting this series. I think I do have like a good selection. Oh, I do have a good selection of books. I feel there is a lot of series because this, and this is part of an ongoing series. But I do want to get out of the thriller mystery genre for a bit. There's nothing wrong wanting to be on your edge of a seat reading a book, but I feel like I need a break. My mental needs a break from constantly being surprised by what the author has to put in front of me. So I think this book is going to be on my next read, and I'm probably going to start reading this tonight. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited with all of my books on the TBR. I feel like I'm definitely going to knock out all of them. I'm going to try my best, and